Davis Mills finished QB 29 last year, 263 completions, 394 attempts, a 66.8% completion percentage, 2,664 yards, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 18 rush attempts for 44 yards. Your thoughts on Davis Mills?
Davis Mills was the most fantasy relevant rookie quarterback we had last year. More so than Trevor Lawrence, more so than Justin Fields. It was Davis Mills.
Mac
Now,
Jones probably could have given him a run for his money and actually beat him out in fantasy production, but you also saw them play a full season uh, versus Davis Mills coming in partway through.
yes, absolutely. But for where you got him, right? You picked
Right.
Davis Mills off the waiver wire. He was a fourth round pick by the Texans, I believe, maybe a third round pick. But so yes, Mac Jones statistically did, but Davis Mills has showed at least glimpses, right? And now it's that year one to year two, and this is really going to determine whether Alex's statement earlier was correct, right? Whether they're going to be looking for a new quarterback this next season, assuming that the Texans are going to have a high draft pick, and the early assumption is that the quarterback class for the draft in 2023 is going to be marketably better than what we saw here in 2022. So all that is still possible, but the guy has a chance to fight for a job. And currently, he is the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans. And I think we see slight improvement, right? I do think that Nico Collins coming up to speed helps. I think that Lovie Smith and the way that he's going to manage this team will protect Davis Mills a little bit more. Um, but there's just so many holes on this defense, right? Like they're still going to have to chase from behind, and if he can get better at pushing the ball down the field in garbage time, his stats naturally inflate, just naturally, and we don't have to do anything about it. So, is he a guy that I'm seeking? No, but I'll take him as a third quarterback in a super flex just to make sure that another team doesn't have three.
His value again is that he's a starting quarterback in the league, and in super flex leagues, there's only 32 of those jobs out there, right? And if they're in a team with or in a league with 12 teams, well, there's 26 that are probably going to get or 24 that are going to get taken. So um, he's not somebody I'm looking at in a one quarterback redraft. He is, I guess, in a super flex, in a redraft super flex, he is an option.
And I agree with both assessments there as well that, he's not necessarily a guy I'm looking to have as my super flex guy, but a guy that I would love to have as my third quarterback in a super flex deal because he will play. The Texans are going to be down. I think you'll have him. I think you'll see him have better stats overall in this one. And I think that it's not going to be improbable to see him with 1,000 more yards through the air. And, also not going to surprise me to see him with like another 8 touchdowns when it's all said and done there. Because again, right, he missed quite a bit of time last year. Was banged up there for 3 games through the middle part of the season. Was behind Tyrod Taylor for a good chunk starting out there as well, and had some flashes, had some pop there, and certainly did some good things there. And those wide receivers, I think you're right. Nico Collins, I think, takes a step forward. Brandon Cooks has always been very good for quarterbacks and for fantasy. And I think John Mechie adds another wrinkle